It's the Joe Show. It's the Joe Show. It's the Joe Show. It's the Joe Show. On a sick one. On a sick one.
On a sick one.
On a sick one.
On a sick one.
On a sick one. On a sick one. And we are back with the 20th episode of the On a Sick One podcast. It's your boy, Joe Comedy 775, and I gotta say, I'm feeling pretty damn good today. Life is going very well. I'm very, very happy, you know? Life goes up, down, side to side, but it's been going really up and up lately. And you know me, I'm just happy to be here. Just bounced in from, I was in Texas. Texas was lit, was with the boys, Concrete Cowboys, did a show out there in Texas. Before that was in Daytona Beach. That was also very, very lit. And then I just got to come home. I got to see my children. I got to see my friends. I got to go snowboarding. I got to go on a Harley ride with my boy Nick Moto. Big shout out to Nick Moto for the plug on the bikes and cars and just taking care of me like one newborn baby. I'm very blessed, very lucky. Nothing beats coming home. You know I love you, Reno, the No Town 77 Filthy. This is episode 20. And I had to do it proper. And I thought to myself, I said, who could I bring on this episode to make it lit? And I had this idea when I was on island. I was sitting at the pier and I said to myself, I know who I'm gonna call. And I called this gentleman that's sitting next to me on my left. I couldn't be happier to have him out here from California, my very good buddy, the one and only from Unknown Industries. Everybody clap it up, make some noise for my dog, the one and only Wheelie Pig. Wheelie Pig. What's good, my G?
What's up, man?
How are you, dude?
Good.
You look phenomenal.
Thank you.
How you feeling today, my boy?
A little rough. A couple beers at the comedy show last night, and yeah, getting older. You know, I don't recover like I used to.
Yeah, no, hangovers definitely. They slapped me in the
Right
face
in the
really
face,
good.
yeah.
Comedy show, yeah, we did throw one of those last night. Big ups to everybody that came out to that. How many comedy shows have you been to?
I've probably been to about a dozen.
Okay.
In my life.
Okay, in your life?
Yeah.
A dozen?
Yeah.
So a good amount.
Yeah.
So be honest with me, and you can break my little heart, but I want you to be very real with me. I want you to be transparent with me, because it's important. Positive feedback's good, and also maybe some things that you could see me do better are good too. Some constructive criticism type shit. How'd you enjoy yourself last night?
I had a blast. It was a good time there. It's good vibes, you know. It's Reno, so
Yeah.
of course, you know, Coyote Saloon in Reno. It's going to be a good time, you know.
Yeah.
And you guys killed it, I think. You are definitely a master of your craft, dude. When you get that mic in your hand,
Thanks,
it's like,
dog.
It's, you know, you're good at what you do for sure. Keep killing it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Comedy, I got to tell you, Pig, stand-up is definitely, I would say it's definitely the hardest thing that I do. Next to probably being a dad, you know, like that's a challenging thing. But stand-up, as far as with a microphone, stand-up is, dude, it's such a rush. It's such a high. But when you get up there and you commit yourself to being like, okay, fuckers, you're going to laugh. I'm going to make you laugh.
Yeah.
It's tough, dude. But that challenge is something that I like. So thank you very much for saying that to me. That means a lot to me. I had you rolling a little bit last night?
Yeah,
Some laughter was
yeah,
fun?
a couple of the guys up there had some good stuff, dude. It was fun.
Yeah, so thank you for pulling up to that. It's like I said, it's a blessing to have you out here. Episode 20 on a Sick One podcast. Took him to a comedy show, pulled up to that, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
And here we are. So I want to dive right into it, dude. Obviously, it's a big deal for me to have you on here. Like, for real.
Thank you.
I'm really grateful. You took some time out of your life, brought the fam down. Where are you guys staying at? You staying at the Legacy?
No, we stayed there last night.
What do you think about the hotels downtown Reno?
I mean, dude, we've done so many street vibes, and I've been coming here for years. We used to sell T-shirts at Street Vibrations, my dad, you know, so we stayed everywhere. But it's Reno. It's like it's good for one night for me, and then me and the chick. It's her birthday this weekend, so we're gonna after the show we're gonna pin it up to Tahoe, take the kid, do a little tubing, hit the lake, spend the night up there, and
blessings.
Yeah,
Reno's like, dude, people hate on this place sometimes, and I used to get upset. And I tell people this all the time. I used to get upset, but Reno's actually. It's pretty freaking awesome, dude. It's kind of a gym. You know, you got the lakes, you got the BLM land for riding, you got the kind of the hotel scene if you want to do that, but there's just kind of a lot of awesome things right around there. So Reno's kind of, you fuck with Reno then?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
I mean, when you're staying at the casinos and you're like street vibe, stuff like that, I'm good for 1 or 2 nights. But I'm sure I've never got to go dirt bike riding out here, none of that stuff. So I'm sure I'd love it. You know?
Dude, you need to make sure you get that on your schedule. Bring some of the boys up here. There's some phenomenal riding out here, bro.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. And there's Sand Mountain. That's not too far. The BLM trails are nuts. Like, there's a lot of places right here in Reno that are great for riding. So you're gonna have to come pull back up.
Yeah, my son have been doing a lot of motocross lately. So
yeah. So you mentioned just a second ago. You mentioned street vibes with your pops. So I know that your dad's an OG. He's is he who got you into motorcycles? As a kid, or
yeah, he got me riding super early. He'd been racing, his whole life. So he was kind of done racing when I was born, but he was still in the industry.
And what was Dad racing?
Dad was racing MXGP, basically. It was FIM World Motocross, 500cc.
Sick. So you were, as a kid, traveled pops, and you were in that environment and just around it.
Yeah, I was like I said, he retired in 82, and I was born in 83. So then, just him being the world champion, of course, I was like going around with him to stuff, but I didn't do too much traveling with him. He was by the time I was born, he was already done traveling, but I got to do a ton of stuff after with him,
Yeah, that's lit.
Yeah,
Dad had a successful career racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire, dude. And so did he get you? Did he get you a little dirt bike when you were a kid?
Yeah. He got me a million of them, but PW 50 was my first bike. I had about 3 of them, blew them all up. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't tell David Dean yet. Nobody tell him. David Dean Doug is about to turn 4 years old. Believe it or not, time flies when you're having fun. David Dean Doug, his mother and I are getting him a P-Dub, and I'm not. Here's the thing. People have been annoying me a little bit with the situation because I'm buying him a freshie off the floor.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted when I was a kid. They're like, just get him a lightly used one, or like you can score one for like the low. I'm like, nah.
Freshie.
No. David Dean's getting a freshie.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, because I never had a freshie. I didn't
have a freshie either.
I was like 20 by the time I got a freshie. I was always on hand-me-down bikes.
Yeah. Fuck. Dude, he's starting out with a freshie. So that's a big deal to me. That's going to be a big moment. He is 1,000% hooked. And I see you as a father as well. And I see your son. He's always out in the yard just terrorizing, ripping. And, dude, I got to say, I know, I can tell, and I can see it that's the best part of your life as well.
Oh, so, I'm super happy, or not happy, but like my chick has a good job, and that I'm able to stay at home right now with him and spend all this time, and all we do is hang out, and all we do is ride bikes and bicycles and go fishing and do stuff right now. So I'm super lucky to have the time I have with him right now, right before he jumps into school. He's about to start school. So once that happens, then it's back to the ground.
Yeah, the women that stand by us, that's a powerful thing. So big shout out to her.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that you guys are hearing that she came up with you, and that support goes a long way,
Yeah, happy birthday, Catherine.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Birthdays are
super
important.
mom, man.
Yeah, super mom. That's awesome, bro. I love that. Yeah, so the dirt bikes for the kids, like I didn't have a freshie, I didn't get one. And David Dean also is kind of he's going to receive some of the blessings that have come with the announcing stuff, right?
Yeah.
So like one of our sponsors, Western Power Sports, big shout out to our boy Armsby. We love you and the whole team there
love
at
those
Western
guys.
Power Sports.
Just got kitted with all fly gear.
Yeah. So David, he told me recently, he's like, we're going to get David Dean dialed.
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, that's like a sign too that what I'm doing and all the traveling and the time away and those things is paying off in other ways as well. Because, dude, as you know, dirt bike gear and getting into that scene and moto and everything, and it's not cheap.
No, it's not cheap at all.
It's not cheap. So to be able to be blessed in that way, very fortunate for that as well. So what's good? Are you going to get your son? Do you think he's going to race a little bit? What are you thinking? Because that's like a whole nother realm.
He's already racing. He did a little Santa Rosa indoor flat track, like on the concrete.
Okay.
On his PW, and then he raced the STACYC class, and then he was supposed to race another race at Sonoma Raceway, Tyler O'Hara's Mission Mini Cup, but it got rained out and rescheduled to July. And I'm always trying to get him either a STACYC or a PW, just because I'm usually racing at the same events. Like we just did a vintage motocross, so they didn't have anything for the kids. But anytime I go to an event and there's something there that he can do or ride, I try and get him in it. Like if Dad's racing, you're racing. But if he wants to, yeah. If he doesn't, that's cool too. It's like you said, it's expensive. I have so many injuries from riding motorcycles. I wouldn't change it for anything. But as long as he's just ride safe, man. Keep
100%.
Don't get hurt. That's number one.
It's a risk we all take, But I'll say this. One thing about a lot of homies that grew up racing, and it's kind of shitty. It bums me out. A lot of the homies got burnt out pretty heavily from racing.
Yeah.
And that it almost burned them out to the point where they don't even really like to ride their bike anymore.
Yeah, you see those dads at the track too. The dads that are yelling at their kids. Like, we're all there to have fun, you know. And like, if you make the day not fun for your kid, he's not going to want to come back. And then there's the kids that love it and they go after it, and their dad pushes them, and then like you're saying, that's all they do from the time they're little, 6, 7, 8 years old until the time they're 13, 14. And then they're just burn on it. They love it, you know, and it's weird. Like right now, I'm not riding Harleys that much at all. Like I'm so focused on riding dirt bikes with my son. My Harley's just covered in dust. Probably has a dead battery. Don't even know if it's a start. You know,
she'd probably fire it right now.
She probably will.
But she's been sitting.
Yeah.
You know what though? Sometimes taking that little break and stuff, and then obviously for you focusing on your son. When you do hop back on the bike, you get back with the boys, you guys end up somewhere.
Oh, it's
it kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It makes it even more meaningful, right? So sometimes taking a step away or a step back is cool. One of the things that I have been blessed with recently too is, as far as dirt bikes and racing goes, is two people. My boy B Maisie, big shout out to Maisie. Like, I know that his dynamic with his father, like he's told me some things. I'm not going to dive super into it, but his dad was wicked hard on him, bro.
Yeah.
He wanted him to be the best. And for a while there, he was the best. And like when I talk to him now about riding, it's like I think he still has the passion there for sure for his dirt bike, but it's different, you know. And he's also went through some really gnarly injuries and shit. He's lucky to even be alive, but it's just like you see that dynamic. And then on the flip side of that, which I'm sure his dad was hard on him as well, but full factory Kawasaki, Pro Circuit Kawasaki, I had the pleasure going over to Ty Masterpool's compound, his 956 facility. And, like, his dad, dude, has, like, this aura about him and, like, this energy and shit, dude, unreal. You know, and what's cool about their dynamic is his older brother and his dad and him, they all train right there. And he's like, I'm in Paradise in Texas. He's like, I want to train right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to see that dynamic, like, for me with Dave, I think if I was to get him into racing, I would try to kind of flow more that way. It's like you got to, like, encourage them, be on them, be hard on them, but you see those moto dads, some of them, I just want to smack them across the face.
Yeah.
And they were out there training. Some of those dads were out there training at the facility, and I'm like, holy shit. But they dumped their whole life and all their money into investing into it. So it's like, I think for me, building that bond with David Dean that I have with the riding, like this fool dude on my bagger will like take the bars with his little mini Scorpion helmet, and he will drive the bike on the side cutties in Kailua on the island. And
he'll remember that forever.
He's locked in, forever. You know. And then he did the show with us on the island, and he was ripping rollers with Seabear and like doing. And it's like, dude, I don't think there's nothing comparable to it with your son as a dad.
He'll never forget that.
Yeah, dude. So ups to you on that, man. Big ups to you on that.
Is he riding anything else right now? Has he got like a Stasic?
He's got a little Hyper Go-Go. So he has it's like a little electric little mini hog.
Yeah.
Which he loves. They blessed us up with that. They sent that out for Dave. And then, so his birthday coming up, I wanted to get him a Stasic. You know, I probably should have by now. I know he's ripped a couple of them, and he's like really
loves them.
But I think I'm going to get him the P-Dub, and then I think I'm going to get him the 16-inch Stasic, and he just have both of them. Because at Kahuku motocross track in North Shore, super dope.
I'd love to go ride over there.
Come to the island, we go.
we
go. It's right there on North Shore. There's actually a spot you can peel up to, and you can see all of North Shore, pipeline, bonsai, everything, dude. It's unreal. So
at the motocross track, you can see all that.
You there's a spot where the motocross track's over here, and then you peel over here, and you go through the woods a little bit, and boom, you're up high in the whole North Shore. It's like
wow.
Dun, dun, dun. First time I was out there, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I think the goal when I'm on island with Dave is to just try to hit that as much as I can. And then when Tej comes to the island, take Tej up there and pretty much live at Kahuku is kind of the plan. They have a little mini track and stuff there. They got a big like outdoor style track. So I don't know. I might go out there, break my legs. I don't know. Snap femurs. I don't know.
The more seat time, it doesn't matter what it is. Like I got Cole started on like a Strider, obviously a balance bike, right? And he just wore that thing out. And then we got him a Stasic. And then the thing about the Stasics is they're great for learning, man. They'll learn a lot on them. But my coal is so hard on them, and they're electric, right? So he's always puts it up against the garage door, and he's just out there burning the tire off because he's seen some Harley videos. And then the electric motor overheats, and it's 300 for a new motor, and he's done it a couple times. It's like, all right, dude. So it's like
burn them to the ground. Good job.
Burns them to the ground. I'm not that good of a mechanic, but I'm learning now.
Bro, I think I saw your story or something the other day where you had it. I was like, what's he doing? Now it makes sense. You're rebuilding Stacey.
Oh, yeah. We just had the whole thing apart for the 15th time the other day.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Shifting gears here. I want to shift gears.
All right, shift it.
Did you race in like middle school and shit? Like, were you out at the track, motocross track?
So
and shit, or what was
we're talking about the moto dads, right? How it's like some of them push super hard. And my dad was a pro motocrosser, and he was a world champion, and you'd think that he would like push me a little bit, and he was the exact opposite. He wanted me to always like ride and have fun, but the racing, and he was so burnt on going to another motocross race. He did it for like his whole life, and then like start all over again, doing it with me, going to the tracks, doing the shit. And he always wanted to make sure I had a bike, and that I didn't really do much racing until I was probably high school. And then I started trying to take it serious, and I was trying to get my pro card for a minute, and then big crash, broke my shoulder. And then as soon as I recovered from breaking my shoulder, I did my foot and ankle right after, and that was kind of the end of my trying to be a fast motocrosser. So my dad didn't really push me too much, but where were we going?
Do you think that helped you save the passion for motorcycles that you still got today? Yeah,
for sure. Like I was saying, like with the Harleys, I'm not riding them right now. I still love them. Like you said, as soon as I fire it up, I'd be like, why wasn't I riding this thing this whole time?
100%.
Yeah. But the passion's always there. I love motorcycles. I always will my whole life, So
what was your first Harley?
First
kind.
Was Swamp Juice. Was the green bike.
Swamp Juice. My boy the homie's name for a first bike was Swamp Juice. If you don't have a nickname for your bike, go slap yourself in the face. Name your bike.
You got to name your bikes, yeah.
How did you come up with Swamp Juice? That's fire.
Because it was like, I think I was at the Redwood Run in 2013. I won the burnout contest. I won the wheelie contest. I won the slow race. And if you've ever been to the Redwood Run, there's dirt roads everywhere. So your Harley by the end of the weekend is just smoked. And it was a Jade Sunglow 2001 FXDX, and it was before it was stock paint. It was like covered in dust at the Redwood Run. Somebody's like, that thing looks like it pulled it out of the swamp or something. And I forget how it went, and then it just turned into Swamp Juice. And then I got a Sportster, and that was Pond Scum.
Okay, Pond Scum. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
We've named so many bikes. Like all the boys, I've named pretty much all their bikes. There's a bunch of them, dude. Wesley Snipes. There's Don Johnson. There's a bunch of them.
That's sick, dude. Yeah. Name your bike.
Got to name it.
Yeah. Okay, so getting into names, I gotta ask, man. Ever since I've been watching you and shit from the Unknown Ride and just do the Monster Energy side of thing with you guys doing shows with Unknown Industries, I've always only known you as Wheelie Pig. I don't think until like maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago that I even figured out that your actual name.
It's funny how that is on Instagram, how everybody like sees each other and it's like, fuck, I don't even know his name.
Bro, everybody calls me Joe Comedy. They don't even know my last name, dude. But so, how did you get that name? Where did that come from? Because I know you be smacking tacos in the videos and shit. I know you.
So the Wheelie Pig, it was like Instagram was just starting. Right, everybody was getting an Instagram, and I didn't have one yet. And everybody was coming up with these clever names for their thing, right? And I was trying to come up with a name. I was like Wheelie Hog, and I was like, somebody was like, my buddy at work. We're sitting there. I was like working 12-hour shifts in the refinery, and he's like, "Man, you're not a hog. You're a pig. You're the Wheelie Pig." And then it kind of just stuck. And so that night, I made my Instagram handle Wheelie Pig, and then it just
stuck since.
That's
fire. Hell yeah, that's sick. There's a couple of homies that I've like had to figure out how the hell they got their name, like the homie Jeff Seabear. So people ask him all the time.
I don't even know how he got that.
Okay, let's talk.
Well, obviously because he's a bigger guy.
He's a big guy.
He's a bear.
So in Ohio, where he's from, he grew up when he was older. He was riding street bikes. He rode with Star Boys.
Oh, is the C Cincinnati Bear?
So the C is from the C hats.
Yeah, all right.
From I think it's the Cleveland C. So he used to always rock those lids. And then one day, one of the homies was like, Sea Bear, because the C on his hat and a big dude. And it's just, that's how it's stuck ever since. So it's cool how we come up with these names.
Yeah.
Joe Comedy, I think I just was like, I think the biggest fulfillment I get in my life is to get people to laugh.
Yeah.
Right? So like making people laugh. If your name on your handle sucks on your Instagram,
there's a lot of them out there.
There's some trash ass ones. We see you. Change it. It's never too late. You can start over. You can make an adjustment on the fly. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to change that shit. Name your bike. You know what I'm saying?
What's your bike name? You got a bike?
So I had the Green Goblin.
Goblin. I remember that thing.
Yeah,
the Dyna?
dude. The Dyna. It was
a
15 lowrider. She had wood grain dabbling with the license plate rattling. She was a bad little bike. So I had that. I called her Green Goblin. I love that bike. Kid in Reno bought it, still got it. He shows that thing out. It's cool to see him still ripping it, and he didn't change a bunch on it, which is cool. So she's still looking mint. So sold that. Don't sell the bike. Don't sell the bike. But I got a new bagger. Big shout out to Ben Deacon at White Knuckle Speed Shop. I've been wrenching out there, so not only have I learned a tremendous amount from taking apart twin cams and building bikes, but he helped me get a bagger to the island from Chaser, big up Chaser, in Sacramento there. For the low, got a killer price on it and got it over there. I named her Tiffany.
Tiffany.
But check it out.
Let's hear it.
I kind of messed up because brother Ben, Uncle Ben, his ex, is named Tiffany.
Oh.
So I was like, time out.
Wait.
I was like, wait. One day we're at the shop. I was like, I think I'm going to take Tiff for it. You know, like, take my bike out. And he was like, bro, you have to change that shit. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was upset for a second, and then he was like, remember I told you? It's like my ex, her name's David. I was like, oh, shit. So I kind of like don't fully have a name for her. I like Bertha.
What year is it?
Like Big Bertha. She's an '06 fuel-injected Road Glide.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, I love her. Dude, I unloaded that thing from the truck right after we got off the skid off the ship, and I'm unloading it. I posted a video. I was so happy, bro. Like, to me, that shit is like an '06 fuel-injected Harley. It was like the only thing better than that was watching my children come to this world. Like, that's a big deal for me. I've always been the kid that wanted the bikes, and that, you know, that was awesome for me. Some kids like, I don't know why you're so stoked for a 2006 piece of shit Road Glide. I almost jumped through my phone and I killed this kid because it's like some people just don't understand.
Well, it's better than his Road Glide probably because he probably doesn't have one.
Or he's got like a year that nobody wants. Fuel injected 2000 and 2006. Twin cam, 5-speed, is top dog type shit.
Yeah.
If you're gonna stunt ride and mess around and have a good time, some people would disagree with that. Tall Cans, Jesse Ryan, they ride newer model Dynas and shit. But to me, it's like that's the bread and butter. That's what I want to be on. So just got plugged from Jimmy Light, dude, with a freshie HPI.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a gift. You
gonna
know?
put a tune on that girl?
I slept next to that thing, dude. The first night I got it in Texas. I actually got blessed when we did the show in Texas. Seabear was like, this is for you. So big ups to Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. She doesn't have a tuner. Thunder Max. What's up, dude? CJ's supposed to be tapping me on Thunder Max. That thing a limiter.
WPS, right? So we can get stuff through them.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I should probably just hit it up.
I just got a Daytona Twin Tech from him.
Check this out. Go to Western Power Sports, go to Hard Drive, and go Shinko Tires. Go support them because they support us.
Yep. So
support them. Great parts, great people. Yeah, so I need a tuner. So pipe tuner, and then don't tell anybody, but this weekend I'm going, blessed and fortunate to go over to LA and host Thrashing's event. So to me, there's there's a handful of companies that make hard parts that I think are like separate themselves from others. I think, from you guys, Big Al, I think his parts and the bikes that he builds are fire. And I think Thrashing is also super duper fire. And there's a couple other ones, but definitely want to run what the boys are running, and that's Thrashing. And so I think I'm going to try to work it into the deal to get some bolts on some hard parts, some bars risers, maybe some floorboards from Thrashing. And yeah, dude. Okay, let me ask you a question.
Go from Joe Comedy to Bro Comedy.
Bro Comedy. Actually, I'm getting blessed. Never mind. Let me ask you a question. 06 Road Glide. It's the black one, right? I think I'm going to probably keep it black. I'm not a big I'm not a big paint job guy. I like two-tone type shit.
Yeah.
Do you like panel jobs? What's your go-to with that? Like OG paint obviously is fire, but
some of the original tin sets, like I would never paint them. They're just so good from the factory, like older stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not really. I wouldn't say I'm a panel guy. Justin Sticky Fingers just painted my 2000 DX that's at the house, and it's not paneled at all, and it's kind of more my style, I would say. I'm sure people have seen it, the orange bike, blue and orange, but panels are dope if you do it right. Like Buddy had the Red Rocket, that one. There's another bike named the Red Rocket. Yeah,
there we go.
Just,
like names.
So his red panel, that thing is amazing, and it's classic, and it'll be cool in 20 years, and it was cool when it came. You know, it's one of those paint jobs. But once all the bikes just got panel, everybody had to have one, and then it's like they didn't really. Oh, there's a purple one, there's a green one, there's a it's kind of they're cool. It's low rider shit, but like how Jimmy Light paints his sprint car, like that kind of racing style, like offshore boat stuff.
Yep.
That kind of stuff. I'm kind of into that. Like Buddy also he painted one of his lowriders, I think, like one of his dad's old paint jobs, and it was like off of not a bass boat, but like a not offshore, like a drag boat.
Rip boat.
Yeah, like a top fuel drag.
Big ass engine in the back.
Yeah, with the
shit.
dope paint on it, the scallops and stuff. Scallops are sick, but yeah, like I said, there's a ton of dope painters and dope paint jobs out there, but when there's a lot, like, you know, it kind of makes yours not stand out as much.
Correct. Yeah, I think the OG paint, and if the 10s are super proper, don't paint them. Get some other ones if you're going to get them painted up.
But
it's your bike. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But eventually those OG
gone.
bikes, it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
Barn finds are still a thing, by the way.
Hey, Richie Rich just got that 2000 T-Sport off Marketplace for like $5,000. Barn find. Thing was just covered in dust. It had like, I don't know, it's like 5,000 miles on it.
They're out there.
I think
they're out there more than we think they are. I also was just in Florida, and big shout out to James Cash 4, the number 4, HarleyParts.com. Dude, him and this other guy out there have a stash of Dynas and shit and FXRs that I'm like, you fuckers.
That's what people do. They're
hoarding them.
Hoard them.
And you can't buy any of them. You can't buy any of the fairings sitting around, like, hang on to it. And I totally respect it. I get it. But I'm just like, damn it.
At some point, somebody will get it, but not me or you.
No, not us. Not us. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so real quick question for you. The bagger's black. I think I'm going to stick with that kind. I think I'm going to go chromed on the wheels. I don't know. But
black and
this
chrome.
is important.
Importante?
Mucho importante. Just as a friend helping me out, should I go chrome bars, risers, chrome wheels, black, like chrome gets you home? Or should I go black? Because once you go like black on the dark side, you kind of got to, go black.
I would say chrome.
Chrome's going to get me home. Joe Chrome.
Joe Chrome.
Dude,
yo,
I'm down.
Is that your bike's name? Joe Chrome?
Chroma? I don't know.
I'll come up with something by the end of this.
Shoot me a message, or maybe at the end we'll have one. We'll have one designated for you. Hell yeah, yeah, that's awesome. What's up? Are you gonna get a bagger?
It's such a sore subject.
Seen, I'm sure you have. I'm sure you rip them. I've no doubt at all about it. But what's up? Do you like ripping the road glides, drifting them?
I have a bagger. It's a 2007 Electric Glide. Okay. That I got from Brandon Quaid. Shout out to Brandon Quaid. Thanks for the Harley, man. It's going to be alive some point. He gave me a bike, and then we tore it down, and it's never been back. The motor's built. It's got a fresh tranny. It's got all the parts sitting there. I just got to get off my ass and spend a little bit of money to get it finished up. Cherried up.
Yeah, sick. See, that's fire.
But I had that road glide that I was racing in the Bagger Racing League for a little bit. That was the dealership's bike that they took back. So I love baggers, man. Like when I had one, that's all I rode. My Dyna didn't even see the light of day because it was just like stereo, bags, all my stuff, comfortable. It's like it's hard to beat one, especially now I'm 42. So it's like
42.
Yeah,
Brad, looking good for 42.
Thank you.
Older brother type shit. This one. You got 10 years on me.
No,
still killing it.
Thank you.
Good shit.
I saw that 92 and I was like, is that when he was fucking born?
Yeah.
I was like, 92? Like,
Doing the math.
Yeah, I was like, is that his daughter's date?
Some people think, some people be pissing me off. They're like, what are you, like 37? I'm like, yo, bro. You know, and somebody.
Well,
like,
you're from Reno. You got some miles on you.
Yeah.
So, you know?
You're looking kind of smoked, bro, is what he's saying. Okay, yeah, I feel you.
You look good for from Reno. You're doing all right, dude.
Dude, I made it out of this place. Dude, shout out to some of my friends that are still getting by here and some thriving here, but Reno's like, oh, dude, you got to kind of be careful here.
Like, there are a lot of people moving into like Sparks right now from California.
Oh, yeah, flooding this place.
A ton of people, huh?
Unreal. Don't move here.
Yeah.
We don't want you here. I mean, I don't even live here anymore, but they don't want you here. I used to tell people that. I used to be like, don't move here. I was in the river the other day, came out, my son had a needle in his neck. I was like, don't come here. Trying to deter people from coming to Reno because I feel like it's one of those places that once it gets built to a certain point, bro, Reno won't be the same.
Yeah, it'll change for sure.
It won't be the same. Going back to it, if you have a Dyna and you ride a bagger or you start cruising one around and your homie throws you the keys to one, you won't want to ride.
No, it's like
Dyna again.
It's like you look at it like it's a Sportster now. You're Dyna, you're like, oh god, that thing's so rough.
I did just get the pass off from Gabe when we were in Florida on his O2. That was pretty sick.
The purple unit?
The blue unit.
Blue one.
I'm pretty sure it's an O2. Yeah.
That's what all those guys ride, right?
Yeah.
Jeff's got like, he's another hoarder.
Yeah. Jeff's got a sick little collection
too. He's got 4 or 5 of those things.
Yeah. And so that's the thing. When you're on one that's really set up proper and the motor rips, like you just get on it and the wheel's just kicking out, no clutch, no drop, nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, this is pretty fun to ride. But
they do swing better, for sure.
It is fun to swing. I'm like Jesse, big shout out my boy Jesse Ryan, the Canadian-American Slayer. He was giving me shit because CJ passed me off the bagger in Florida, and then he was like, what? You don't want to ride the Dyna? You don't want me to pass off the Dyna? The fucking Dyna ain't good enough for you? And I'm like, bro. So he did end up just passing me off the Dyna. And, dude, they are sick. And if you watch, like, him and Tallboy drift and shit together, it's pretty impressive. You know, the baggers, you can lean them, you can drift them and shit, but the Dynas get a little bit more sideways and shit for sure.
Tallboy is insane.
Yeah, big shout out to Tallboy, yeah.
Like, it's on the case, and then it's on the pipe, and then it's like back onto the primary, and then it's back. That was a funny story. We were talking about him last night. That was good.
We were talking about tall cans?
Tall boys, yeah. Remember that?
Let's talk about it. What do we say? Speaking of tall cans, cheers, my boy.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, you.
How he was faded the whole time we were riding Unknown Ride 2. He like shot his whole part and probably had the best part in the video, arguably, you know, like
swagging
for riding. And after he was done, we were like cruising around, and he's like, should we get faded? I'm like, dude, you're already faded. He's like, all day. I'm like, you shot your whole part like that? Right? You rode like that? He's like, all the time. I'm like, dude, you are unreal. He's unreal.
I say it all the time. Like when I do his intros and stuff, I always say he's in a portal of his own.
That makes sense.
Also, when I did, I made the theme song with Maisie out in New York for Concrete Cowboys, and in the lyrics, it was kind of a double shout out, kind of. If you listen closely, you can kind of get it. But it's Tallboy T in a portal of his own, elbow dragging on the freeway, license plate unknown. So that's like a little play on words type shit.
Yeah.
Because he is in a portal of his own, his license plate is unknown, and he was in the Unknown Ride.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, his part in that, I was actually showing my kids earlier that video. I was like, yo, I'm going to have this dude on here and shit. I just wanted to show them. And
yeah,
his part came in. I was like, damn, bro. Like,
right where we did his part, it was like in front of real Tall Boys was the name of the bar, right? That's why we went there. And it's kind of like, I wouldn't say downtown at all, but it's like, you know, there's like shops and stuff around. And we had the cops shut down the road right in front of the bar. He starts like just going out and like getting warmed up and riding. And he had a crowd of people all around all sides of the street just to watch him ride his 5 minutes or whatever he did.
That was a big deal. That was a big deal seeing him a part of that video. That was really cool. You guys putting him in the vid and yeah, bro. I think pretty sure
people got to see that.
100%. I don't know if I knew him at the time. Or not. I don't think I did. I think I just was like, seen him on the internet and shit, watching him swag. But
Yeah, I forget what year that was. It's a while, a couple years ago.
Yeah, that was killer. So real quick, what's the production value there is absolutely unreal.
Yeah, Ash, shout out, dude.
Yeah, Ash shoots those, right? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Shark.
Dirt Shark. What's up, Dirt Shark? Yeah, good job. No, the production there is sick. It honestly, it looks like a lot of fun to get all the boys together and to shoot something like that. Like for me, production and like anything with cameras and shit, just having fun with that, like that shit's dope.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff, like Unknown Ride 2 was cool because we had the city involved and we had the cops, so they shut everything down for us. Unknown Ride 1, the first one we did in Oakland, it was we were running from the cops all day trying to get these shots. Yeah, we get blown out of a spot, have to go somewhere else, and we just did that all on the fly. So
when you're in O-Town though, when you're out in Oakland,
yeah, there was other things going on. Other things, yeah.
Yeah, they have more important shit to do. Yeah, no, that's fire too. That's some cool insight. I think, shit, I'd be down to do either or. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, the first one, it's so raw. Like now that I would look back and watch it compared to the second one, it was like everything was filmed on the fly. Everything, like,
sick.
Yeah, we only got a couple tries at, like. Okay, you got to jump this hill, wheelie past the drone, and then hit a ramp, and you have like 5 seconds to do this, and you have to make it look clean. Ramp. Yeah.
Yo, what's good with that? You like launching the bikes?
I don't. I just
well, dude, you're always launching the bikes. You're just like the guy. They're like, all right, Pig, and this one, you're launching, and he's like, all right, and you just get signed
that's
up.
What they
boys sign you up.
They always sign me up. Yeah, I think after the San Francisco jump, I just wanted to go hit that because it's like I'm a dirt bike guy, and like. I saw Ken Block do it in the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I'm going to go hit that on my dirt bike and my dual sport. And then I didn't have my dual sport at the time. I was like, well, I got to take the Harley out there. And then we were looking at it, and I jumped it a couple times, like halfway. And then we went back. Crazy story, man. I worked a 12-hour, I was working nights, 12s at the refinery. I worked a 12-hour night shift, got off at 7 in the morning, went and picked my bike up in Woodland, rode it to my house in Concord, or drove it to my house in Concord, got on my bike, rode out to the city, got out there like 8 or 9, 10 in the morning, or somewhere 9 or 10 in the morning. And Ash is like, okay, first thing we're shooting is the jump. And I was like, I thought it was going to be like the last thing, right? So I'm like, so we go over there and I do like a couple practices, right? And it's super loud on that street. It's
it looks gnarly with all the houses and shit.
It's like Vallejo and Taylor, I think, is the street. But yeah, bikes just thunder hitters just bouncing off everything. And it's San Francisco, and the people already don't want no hooligans in front of their house, right? Because this is like right in front of people's houses and stuff. And we did it twice, and Ash is like, fuck, cops, you got to do it or not. Hit it. And I was like, adrenaline dump, dude, because it was like a big jump, So I turned around, went down to the bottom of the hill, and here comes Buddy down on the Red Rocket. He's like, if you don't hit it, I'm going to hit it. And I just looked at him and slapped it in gear and just clicked third and hit that thing and greased it. It was super smooth. I got off my bike, dude. I was like still smoking cigarettes at the time. I was like trying to get a cigarette in my mouth,
Yeah, fire.
But after that, then everybody's like, oh, you're going to jump something. And then we did the Oakland one, and then I mean, I'm sure Swamp Juice, that frame.
Swamp Juice held up tremendously. It's unreal.
I think it's been through it.
You didn't break any motor mounts, nothing?
No, the only motor mount I ever broke was at Monster Cup, jumping the BJ Baldwin's double for his trophy truck.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, like a double out in the middle of the parking lot. Monster Cup, I jumped it, went way too fast. OJ'd it, landed flat in the parking lot, and broke the cases there. That's the only time I've ever.
Was that on Swamp Juice?
On Swamp Juice, yeah.
Oh, shit. Do you run, you just run stock motor mounts?
Yeah,
on the front?
Stock motor mounts.
Yeah.
I mean, just keep them fresh.
Yeah, keep them down. So what's good? I'm sure the people are curious. I know I'm fucking curious. Unknown Ride 3?
It's in the works. Yeah.
Cherry.
I don't want to drop too much because I don't even know too much.
Yeah, good. No, we won't drop too much.
I'm the last guy the last guy that knows anything about that kind of stuff. I just, hey, be up here tomorrow. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm in the dark for sure. But I think it's going to happen, I would say, and probably be our last one. But the only information I'll drop is that it's probably going to be close to home somewhere.
Sick.
Yeah, we're not going nowhere.
Close to home.
Yeah.
Hometown type shit.
Hometown type shit.
I think when I watch those videos, And then obviously Concrete Cowboys and the stuff that we do, like even the iPhone clips that we be getting are insane.
I know the phones are crazy.
The phones are nuts. Like, dude, I got a shot of the boys on my phone. I've actually gotten pretty good at filming the fellas in the streets. Like, you got to get those clips, you know. And when you're like, you go ride with Bear and you're filming him. If you take a trash ass video, he's gonna tell you took a trash ass video.
Yeah.
Or if you don't like, clean your
you're all smudged up. Yeah.
You know, but I think for us, one of the goals, I'm going to tell you a couple of goals, and then I want to talk about some that I can't wait to hear from you. But one of the goals is to have a production of that caliber, which obviously Dirt Shark, like, you know, very, very, very good at what he does, and has an awesome team around him. And obviously having the backing from Moss Energy is obviously a big deal. But I just think that that's an inspiring thing, the videos that you guys made. I mean, it pretty much was the forefront of people being inspired to start stunting Harleys, you know? And so thank you guys for that.
Yeah, no worries.
It's a badass thing. Like, yeah, like that shit, those videos are dope. So I think one of the goals with the boys is to shoot, you know, and have a production of something of sorts like that, you know? So looking forward to that. The other thing, one of my goals, people ask me all the time, like, what are you doing with this shit? I was like, well, I just love it. And, like, the crowds and the people, I meet people from all over the nation, like, all over the world, really, at stunt shows and shit. And giving people permission to have a good time and just burning it down with the boys.
Yeah.
Fresh shin on the back, burn it all the way to the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something about it that I truly enjoy. But one of my goals that I get asked often, like, what's your goal, is I want to go international, dude. I mean, I did a little baby show one time in Mexico with the boys, but with the Concrete Cowboys.
Where were you guys at in Mexico?
Oh, Brad.
Papa's and Beers? Is that where you're at?
I think we were right outside Papa's and Beers, yeah. They shut it down and shit. It was pretty good. They were going to have this local homie announce it, and they were like, no, check it out. He's doing it.
We got him, yep.
And so I can say that I can kind of say that I've done a little something.
Joe International.
But, dude, that doesn't count, Brad. That's Mexico, dude.
Kind of counts.
Kind of counts.
Kind of counts.
But
I'll
when I'm saying travel the world with it is like what you guys been doing. Like, that shit is so fire, bro. When you're hopping on a flight, and you not only did you get to go burn it down with your boys to do something that you love, but you get to go adventure these other countries.
That's the best part about it.
You get paid to go do that?
Yeah, traveling with the friends is the funnest part about the whole thing. Yep. Riding it, like, of course, riding Isle of Man and going over to Europe and a bunch of stuff in England. It's cool, but it's like the traveling and the getting to see all the different places, you know.
Right.
I'm sure Isle of Man, everybody knows Isle of Man. It's just I've been watching videos and hearing stories about that place my whole life. So then, when their boys were like, "We're going," I was mind blown.
So dope.
So dope.
Yeah,
we're going again here in a couple of months.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's fire. How far is that travel?
It's like 9 hours to England, and then it's like an hour car ride to Wales, and then it's like 45-minute flight to the island. And
then you guys plan it strategically where everybody kind of gives themselves an extra few days or something for you guys to go adventure as friends.
Well, we usually, like, we'll be there 2 days before we have to ride.
Okay, cool.
And then we're usually there for 2 days after we're done riding.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's like a...
But we got to get to Heathrow from Isle of Man. So there's we stay in London for a couple days and then pen it out of there.
Yeah, sick. Yeah, is there any, you guys have any other international plans?
I know we're going to Spain for MotoGP. Awesome. Obviously going to the TT. And like I said, dude, I'm in the dark. My dates are bad. I could probably pull some. We got other things going on.
Sick. No, I love that for you guys.
MotoGP, I think we're going to 2 of them this year, and then Isle of Man, and then I don't want to say anything that I don't know, but
which bike do you have on the road for that, or overseas for that?
Over the pond, I got Johnny 5, that one.
Johnny 5.
Johnny 5, Stay Alive. That's a 2000 convertible. I got that thing for $2,400 at the local Harley dealership. They're gonna
stock, like grandpa stock.
No, it already had a 95, and it had like 98,000 miles on it when I got it.
She was a little tired.
She had like mini apes and like Cobra pipes wrapped.
Yeah, Cobras.
Dude, she was looking rough. They were gonna send it to auction, and the day that the guy was coming to pick up the bikes for auction, they like pushed a bike out of the way, and I saw a Dyna back there. I was like, what is that thing? Tucked way back in the corner. Boom. Johnny
Tins
5.
look like they're in good shape.
Yeah, there wasn't a scratch on
Johnny
it.
5. Where the fuck you come up with that?
See, you're 1992, bro. You haven't seen it. You know what I'm talking about? Johnny 5. What was it?
Whoa, dude, easy.
Johnny 5 Alive. Okay, so there we go.
Bro, sorry.
It was, I forget what the movie. It's not Short Circuit. Battery's not included or something.
No, it is short.
Short Circuit? Okay, yeah. Short Circuit. Johnny 5, dude.
Yo, sometimes that's nice to be told you're too damn young for some shit.
Yeah. See, we got it.
Now I feel dumb. I'm gonna have to go figure Johnny 5 out. Yo, the nicknames for the bikes though are unreal. I
got a ton of them. Dude.
You have to help me name.
I'm trying. I'm like, we're talking.
It doesn't have to be now.
I know it's gonna be something
We're gonna
Reno.
have to work
though.
that shit out.
It's gonna be something Reno for sure.
It's so cool to think like not only are the boys hopping on flights, but the bikes are in like a container on an airplane or like the bikes are a thing.
It's kind of a nightmare,
dude. It is crazy.
It's a nightmare.
We shipped CJ's bike over, one of his baggers for our shows. It's still there. He's like, I'm just gonna keep an island bike, which is dope. Kid's got too many baggers. Can never have too many baggers.
Well, he keeps wadding them up.
He doesn't know. Don't tell him. But I've been letting that fucker eat. Bro. No, I'm just kidding. He's gonna watch this.
Well, it sounds like I got an island bike now too.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. Nah, for sure. The pass off's gonna be real when Pig comes over to the island and rips on CJ's bagger. I think that would work.
I think it would work.
We'll just shoot him a text after.
I'll just ask for forgiveness, not permission.
That's fire. Yeah, no. So international type shit. That's so sick. So sick.
It's a blast, man. And plus, you get to meet like with Monster, right? They have like the Monster people that we deal with in the States, and then with the Europe side's completely different. So we have a whole different like family, like Monster family over in Europe that takes care of us. So it's getting to go see them. You meet so many people and you build relationships while you're over there. It's like, fuck, I got to get back there.
Well, that's what people don't even really think about either. Is like on the Monster Energy side of things, some of the athletes from around the world are unreal. Like in the States, obviously we have some amazing athletes and talented individuals, but overseas, bro, some people sponsored by Monster Energy that are nuts.
Oh yeah,
world class type shit.
For sure, yeah. Those guys are on a, it's totally different. It's like European motocross and American motocross, totally different. It's the same. Everything's completely swapped. The road racing compared to the States it's all black and blue,
Yeah, it's completely different. It's sick, dude. Love it. International shit. Definitely trying to make that happen. So good for you guys on that. Safe travels.
Yeah.
Keep posting content, would you? Because like that shit. One of the things that we've been trying to make sure we do and stay consistent with is our YouTube and shit and our Instagram posts and Lane's World. Big ups to Lane's World. He does a phenomenal job. Chopsky does a phenomenal job taking photos. And like, for me, dude, more so than anything, it's like not necessarily trying to make money from it. Obviously, you want to make money from it, but it's not necessarily for that. But when I look at it and when I think about it, it's like to inspire other homies to get with their friends and do dope shit.
Yeah.
And go ride their bikes. And then also, when I am 54, 60, my grandkids are hanging and I throw it on. And not only do I get to reflect on what the hell we were doing, but I get to sit back and enjoy it and show it to my kids and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of mindset that I keep with it. So, you guys should keep dropping content and keep supporting Unknown Industries, obviously. Like, support the boys.
It's tough to have a company like Nick does a great job. Nick and Buddy, dude. They do all the shipping, all the clothes, do all the YouTube. He gets all the videos done with Justin George. They do their whole thing. So it's a lot to keep, like you say, keep on task and keep everything, the wheels turning,
Yeah, and you guys been doing it, for pioneers of it and shit. So it's like keeping that consistency is key. But I can tell you from my point of view, my perspective, and like other homies throughout the country and throughout the world, we enjoy that shit, right? It's like some people look at social media like, oh, look what I'm doing, or like people think that it's an egotistical thing, but it's really not. To me, it's like an inspirational type thing and a positive tool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the way that I use it. That's the way I look at it. So it's always cool to see people dropping vids and clips and shit. Like when you guys are at Isle, man, always checking that shit out or whatever. Like the shit's sick. So
yeah, I'm pretty bad at posting stuff. Like, well, I'll be out doing something cool, and like, oh, I should have got a video. I should have done that. And I'm not even thinking about it in the moment because I'm like enjoying it, like I don't have my phone out all the time, but I wish I would have.
I think there's a lot of moments too that I try to, I'll stop myself. like I'll be somewhere sick or I'll be doing something. I post a lot of shit on my stories and stuff, but I'll tell myself, nah, this one's for me. Or this one's for the boys. Like, so that's also very important, right? So,
importante.
Yeah, very importante. Yeah, man, I want to talk about something real quick. You mentioned his name earlier, and Kim Block, Ribbon in Paradise, Kim Block, Dingo.
Just lost Dingo.
Lost. You guys just, the world just lost Dingo, and some legends have moved on. And so, pretty heavy on the heart. Just kind of wanted to bring them up. And I know, Dingo is somebody that I definitely looked up to a lot as a personality and as an athlete and as just like somebody that people were just drawn to.
Yeah, magnet.
That when they speak of him, they just speak so fucking highly. It's like, it's unreal. It's unmatched.
I've never met anybody that didn't like that dude or, I've never.
Yeah. And
never
dude,
heard.
that's a rarity, dude.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. It's just sad.
Very sad. So you got a Dingo memory for me?
I have a bunch, but probably when 2018 Aspen X Games, he was up there. I was doing the Harley hill climb stuff. I got to spend a lot of time with him up there because he's such like a
in his environment.
His environment, and plus it's X Games. It's like he does a lot of announcing and TV stuff, and we had some good nights like up until X Games. Nothing really stands out. Just he was always a good time, and he's like you said, man. He's one of those people. He walks into the room and it just gets brighter. Like he always had a smile on his face, or he was 100% positive. He's just one of those guys that you never seen him down, never seen him just always trying to uplift somebody or help somebody out, or he's on the move. He's over here, he's over there, he's doing this, he's doing that, like professional, like getting shit done, and just getting to spend that little bit of time with him at X Games. That was fun.
For me, I don't think I really aspire to be like too many people. I don't like look at somebody or see what they're doing and be like, I want to be like that guy too much. I think there's like when I was a kid, there was some people like that. Whether it was my dad or like maybe one of my best friend's dads that I thought was a G as a kid growing up. But like as now, I don't aspire to be like too many people.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say that he was definitely somebody that I admired, that I looked up to, that I was like, yo, like if I can have a positive impact and bounce around and travel and do what I love to do, making money with a microphone and bringing more fulfillment, more enjoyment, and a better time to the people, that's what I want to do. And so I'm wicked thankful for him for that, for inspiring me to do that, man. And I think it's just...
that's the word. He was inspirational, right?
Very.
Yeah.
Very. I actually, I only have one memory with him. We did the Broadway show, which was magic. Everything about that day was just...
That's huge.
Good. Just an awesome experience for me and the team and the boys. And there was a lot of energy industry side folks there, Monster Energy side folks, and it was after Supercross for the last one that we did, and it was just like boom, it's just so fun. But I'm in the pit on the street on Broadway. It's still shut down. Show's over. Last one, burned it down. Great time.
Do 3?
Yeah, we did tree and a warm up sesh.
Oh.
So the last one's done. Super dope. Everything went smooth. It was a good time. And I look over, and this fool, the Dingo's standing right here, and I'm like, all right.
Suited up.
I'm going to go. Yeah, he was looking fly.
Yeah.
He had white boots on. He was looking pretty fresh. Very fresh. Yeah. Cruise over, and I'm like, all right. I don't really do that either. Like, I'm down. I love meeting dope people.
Did you know who he was?
Oh, fuck yeah. I did.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I walk over, and I'm like, tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, sup, Dingo? And he looks at me. He's like, yeah, A+++++++, Joe Comedy. He's like, hype me up.
Nice.
And I was like, yo, sick, dude. It was one of those like rewarding like hype moments with somebody that, dude, never really actually personally met him ever.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. That was cool. I was like, yo, can I get some pictures with it? He's like, absolutely. We did the whole photo thing, and yeah, I could just see it. When I was with him, I was like, yeah, this fool's a light.
Was that a Beast deal? The Nashville thing?
Yeah, it was Beast on Broadway.
Dope.
Yup. The production was unreal. Biggest sound equipment that I've ever used.
It looks like you guys had a big spot too.
Oh, bro, right there on Broadway. Yeah.
It's like 4 lanes. 2 lanes.
I think it's like, I think it might be 4.
Yeah,
all the way sidewalk to
2
sidewalk.
and 2.
Yeah. Yep. Big chunk. Like lengthwise was good. Widthwise was good.
Had the bus.
Little bumpy and shit. Bus was out there.
Had a limo.
Had
too,
a limo
right?
out there.
Yeah, you guys were doing it.
We were doing it. We blew that limo up, dude. R.I.P. to limo. C wants to get another one. I'm like, bro. I was like, okay.
I had a. This is before your time too, but I had a caddy limo, a 1987 caddy limo.
Sick.
That it was a Flesh Wound Films old caddy that was in like Crusty 4.
Sick. Crusty shit.
Yeah, it had blue flames and blue interior and blue light. It was.
So what? You grew up on the Crusty vids?
Dude,
Same.
My dad brought home Crusty Demons of Dirt 1, and I think I wore the tape out the first night. I literally, I think I watched it like 10, 11 times. My mom had to like take it away. I just repeat. You had to rewind them. You don't remember that shit?
No. I remember VHS.
Okay.
I remember VHS.
Yeah.
I was a VHS guy. Fuck yeah, I was a VHS guy.
That movie changed my whole deal. Once it was showing, and that's what I wanted to, like, when we do videos, not like monster videos, but when like me and Nick and Buddy are like trying to do another Harley Wheelies video for YouTube. I'm always like, it needs to be that early 90s moto style. It shows all the boys partying together, like quick clips, big crashes, fights, this, that, chicks, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that just, I've been trying to get that into a video. We'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that was definitely a huge inspiration for us as well. You know, one thing about Lane, big shout out Lane's World again, dude. Like his song selection and choice is just like some, bruh. He just be hitting it with some 90s shit, or like dude, it's so important to set the vibes with the songs. But yeah,
songs
dude,
are huge.
The Crusty vids, dude, unreal.
Yeah.
What's cool now too though is like anybody can just start post their shit now. You right? Like getting your content out there, but
yeah, it's easy now.
I think there's a tasteful way to do it, and
back in the day you had
bro, get it back on your horse, dude. Start posting some more shit, bro. I'm trying to swipe on the gram and see you do some shit.
I'm so busy with the kid, dude. We're
Yeah.
riding so much, you know. It's like I don't even have my phone on me most of the time, but I'll get back on
Cool.
it. I'm doing a bunch of vintage motocross stuff right now. I'm actually leading in points right now, so for the 40 plus class. So we're going to the next one, and
40 and young, bro.
40 and young.
A number.
I know.
I tell people all the time, they're like, "You ever gonna change?" I'm like, no. In some ways, absolutely.
Oh, but
priorities first.
In
and
10 years, you'll be a little different. I'd assume.
Hopefully, I'm not a little bit more. What'd you call it earlier?
What?
He said Reno had me looking a little bit wore out.
Oh, yeah, some miles, some Reno miles.
Yeah, some Reno miles. Yeah. Well, hopefully, I don't look too schmuck.
I wasn't talking about your looks. I'm just talking about like your mental.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm an old soul. Try to be. Cheers again, dude.
Cheers.
Absolutely. I got a question for you. So, speaking of being inspirational and like just having somebody that you've looked up to, or somebody that hyped you up, like who's that for you?
Probably that couple guys you guys have never even, the people we're talking to, never heard of. Corey Call. He's like a pro road racer guy from Sacramento, and we were working at Fairfield Cycle Center in like 2001, something like that. And this is before I could wheelie anything. I mean, don't get me wrong, I had a BMX bike and mountain bike, and I could wheelie my mountain bike all the way across town. But I'm talking about like motorcycles, right? So he kind of like would wheelie through the parking lot at work, and he was just made it look so easy on a dirt bike, just dragging the fender all slow. And I didn't have that yet, and I was just mind blown by it. So like I went riding with him. You know, we became friends and did a bunch of riding. And then Harley Pig, he's another guy. Like, they're always seeing who could wheelie the best, right? And these guys, they can still wheelie good to this day. And I just got obsessed with wheelies on anything, right? So it was like dirt bikes, and then it went to street bikes, and then it's bicycles and anything. And then the street bikes started getting a little out of hand, right? Those things they're a blast. Like at a track, on a track day, it's some of the most fun riding I've ever done. But riding them around on the highway, you know how fast they are from right off the showroom floor. Anybody can go buy one of those things. And my buddies were getting hurt. People were crashing. People were getting tickets. I was just kind of over the sport bike stuff. And then my dad had always had Harleys, and I was thinking about getting a Harley. And right when I'm like thinking about getting a bike, Harley Wheelie 7 pops up on YouTube, just going through YouTube, and his buddy wheeling, and I was just like Crusty 1 all over again for me. I saw these guys wheeling these Harleys and sliding them around doing burnouts, and I was like, that's what I need to be doing. Like, there it is. Like, I've been looking for this thing. And then I went and bought one and took about 2 or 3 months of just riding it around, and then started wheeling it, and then, went from there. Yeah.
I think that's exactly how it's kind of grown and happened for everybody. Some people disagree with this. I'm curious what you think about it. I personally think I meet kids all over the country all the time, and I'll go to events like I did shows last year with Macy, like live performance and shit at like dirt bike tracks and shit. And kids are pulling up on Harleys deep in like Maine and all these areas, like young kids. Yeah. I personally think that the Harley scene is not at a standstill or like slowing down. As far as like kids buying Harleys, stunting Harleys, like getting into it. And I think that's great for the industry. It's definitely good for the companies that take care of the teams and shit, the boys. Some people are like, oh, it's gonna die. I don't think it is because some kid that's either riding moto or into dirt bikes or never had a bike that wants a bike is gonna see, just like you did, just like I did, a Harley video or a burnout video. They're gonna get on a Sporty or a Dyna. Or if they're big league and shit, they might even hop onto a bagger first try. And they're going to do burnouts, or they're going to have fun, or just cruise. Because it doesn't matter. You don't have to stunt. You probably should.
Always.
Always. Pig said always. But it's just going to continue. And some people, like, dude, it gets annoying sometimes. You just know those negative people? Those fucking negatives?
Yeah, I know. God. I don't think it's going to die. I think for us, for me, and for Unknown, like, we hit it at the right time. We're at the right place at the right time. I'm not saying it's coming downhill or anything. We're all getting older, right? So the guys who are riding Harleys are the young kids, like you're saying. Those guys, I'm 40, so I'm not going to keep beating my stuff in a parking lot. It's expensive. It's expensive. It's expensive to go out there. And if you're buying your own tires, like, I know everybody's not going out and buying brand new tires. They're getting takeoffs and stuff like that and making it as cheap as they can. But it's not cheap when you crash. Hospital bills aren't cheap. Dented tanks, all that stuff. It gets expensive.
It does.
So like when we were in Sturgis that year and we pull into our spot and the Bell Brawl was there, right? And I was just looking at some of the Bell Brawl bikes. And they are just like marketplace specials, just like they're Raggedy Andy, dude. They're so beater. And it's like, that's what, I wish I could have a beater like that. I want one. Just, I don't even worry about it. Just send it across the parking lot. It crashes. It's like, it's all right. All my stuff's like nice though. So
here's
it's
my
like,
thing. This is what I'm going to tell you.
Here's
what I'm going to tell you. This is super important to me.
Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons why I always love the Unknown videos and shit. If you're stunning a clap right now and you're super dope at it, I respect you. I see you.
Yeah.
If you're on a show quality bike, bagger or Dyna, or one that's like really, really good looking,
crispy.
When you walk crispy and then you're hand dragging it on the freeway, or you're doing a third gear roller, switching lanes.
With no crash bars.
East Coasting type shit, pig type shit. It's like, that is way more impressive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I know a lot of the homies doing the brawl. I love seeing the boys do the comps. I love how the brawl is still a thing and that they're keeping that going. It's good. I like that. Comps are always good. And there's more of that shit happening now. But if I'm a judge on a panel like that, I would not be biased whatsoever toward any rider if they're my friend. Because we know everybody, right?
Yeah.
But one thing that I would tell you that would separate this guy from this guy, if their riding is wicked close, one of the things that I would look at is the condition of their bike. If this guy's on a clapper, but he's killing it, and his energy's good, but this guy's on a perfect bike, like a really good looking one, I'm going to lean more toward his way, just because to me it's more impressive, and I understand how much more money and more attention and more work it went to go into that bike.
Yeah.
And I also know that it's more risky, because if he fucks up.
Yeah, it's risk versus reward.
It's him and the bike that are, you know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I also know, like for me, okay, I never really got into stunning my Dyna, the Green Goblin. And for a couple reasons, I needed to go to work and shit. I started to kind of get after it. I looped my bike doing a second gear seat stander. I was getting okay at sit downs, but I was hitting some seat standers. I looped my bike. I almost ripped my pinky off and shit. But I cracked my front mag and like caused some damage to my bike. And I just remember I didn't have this. I had some support from some shops, but not really. You know, my boy Kyle was helping me out, but as far as like the money, I wasn't getting nothing for free.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't getting blessed up at the time with parts and shit. And my bike would be down, all the boys would be going for a rip, and I couldn't ride my shit.
Yeah.
I had a house, I had kids, I had a lot of bills. It's like, so to me, it was like not worth it almost to stunt my Harley.
Yeah. I mean, you'll get to a certain point, you know, where it's like, it's not that I'm not stoked on it, but like East Coasting guys, you guys, Concrete Cowboys, you guys still have like the stoke, right? You guys are
fully.
You guys are stoked on it, and like we're still stoked on it. We're like that.
Don't you ever dare lose the stoke.
We're not. We haven't lost the stoke, but we're just like everybody's having kids now, right? Like our whole crew is just kitted up. Nikki's got 2, Buddy's got 1, Cade's got 3, I got 1. So it's like shit just changes, you know. But it's all for the better. It's all for the.
Yeah. I completely understand. I have 3 beautiful children.
Yeah.
Bear's got a child. Like, I totally get you.
Yeah,
and
you guys getting to do Nashville and like shut that down. How awesome that was for you guys.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
We've had a couple of those in our, not Nashville obviously, but like big events like that where it's like, this is dope. Like they shut this. Like, why are they even allowing us to do this? You know. So it doesn't lose. It's like. You know, it doesn't lose its thing, but it's just, we've done it. We've been there. We've done it before.
I think it's tough for you guys because you've done it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, but at the same time, I know that I can 1,000% know in my heart, in my mind, that when you guys go back to Isle of Man this year, you guys are going to have an incredible time. The stoke is 1,000% going to be.
They're shutting. This is what I heard. I don't know if this is true. They're shutting down. You guys have never been to the Isle, but just imagine there's like a boardwalk at the Isle of Man, right? So there's like carnival rides and shit going on all day. There's like a big boardwalk, and it's like right in front of all the hotels, right on the water, right on the island. And we stayed at this big giant hotel right in front of the boardwalk. Well, I guess they're going to shut down the main street on the Isle of Man for us in front of the boardwalk, and we're going to be doing shows there instead of on the track. Because it gets a little sketchy. Like, these guys are doing 180 past our spot. It's like the front straightaway. It's like a fast spot of the track, right? And then they're like, okay, the TT starts in 5 minutes with all the baddest guys, and you guys have 5 minutes to go out there. And it's like, what if I crash and leak oil on the track? Or what if my bike, you can't.
You can't.
Because then they shut down the whole race because there's oil on this little part of the can't. They're like, easy on the burnouts. Like, so we had like a little corner to do burnouts in and then once the trophy truck went out there, they're like, oh, we're just laying down rubber for those guys. So they're like, hey, go ahead, do all the burnouts you guys want.
Some rollers
yeah,
shit.
But yeah, it's fun, man.
Yeah.
Isle of Man is a blast.
I think the whole, like, the crashing, right? Like, I think you get to a certain level, and I definitely hold the boys super accountable. Like, dude, before shows and events and shit, I'm leading a little meeting and we're locking in. Because what I'll tell you is this, is you can't, it happens, but you can't.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not even going to say the word, but you can't.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, we get insurance policies, there's little kids standing on the fence, they're facing between the fence. Like,
oh, dude.
It's super importante, bro. And as the hype man, as like the ringleader, and as somebody that's like, put himself out there as like, check this shit out. It's like, oh, dude, I'll whoop somebody's ass. You go down like gnarly or something. Your bike hits the fence, I'll beat your ass. So I think you get to a point where it's like, you get paid and you're at a level now where it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
Shit happens, but.
Shit does happen.
Yeah.
But it can't fucking happen.
Dude, I've only had 2 in shows. And both, like you're saying, little kids stand on the fence. It's happened both times to me. One time at Anaheim, it was so embarrassing, dude.
Oh, it's fucking probably the worstest feeling in the world.
We were doing 3 shows. We did 1 show. I was kind of like out of shape and not riding. I was not in riding shape at all. And it was my intro wheelie on the second show. So I pull out on the track, Wheelie Pig, blah, blah, blah. I just put it into a knee knock, and I'm like about to hit the scrape plate, and I mousetrapped myself because it was like,
Yoink.
hard mounted scrape plate, like, so it's to the struts. So I like didn't want to hit it that hard on a knee knock, and I like just mousetrap myself. When the front tire hit the ground, I have bad shoulders. Both of them, I've had double surgeries on both of them. My right shoulder dislocated right on the throttle. And I couldn't let go of the throttle, and I kind of just let go with this hand because I was crashing to the right, and I seen guy in a wheelchair, right? And there's no hard barriers. It's just metal fencing, right? Like two rows of it. So I'm like first gear going in fast on the limiter because I can't get off my into the ground, and just had to eat the ground so I wouldn't go into the wheelchair guy. But it was going to happen anyway. I just at the last second seen him, and it was just like, nope. It just
happens in slow motion, does it not?
Oh, it's crazy. It goes from slow motion to like waking up on the ground. Like, what just?
Did it knock you out?
I didn't get knocked out, but my Simpson was smoked from all the way across.
And I had
just clipped. The first show I ran my mod up the whole show. Second show, for some reason, I just clicked it down, did that wheelie, and it ended up on my face. If I would have,
you had that fucking mod clip.
Oh yeah, saved me.
Oh, what was the other one?
Simi Valley Harley on Swamp Juice, dude. They just repaved the parking lot, and we were doing a cone race, and Swamp Juice had the Jim's motor 120 in it, so Ripa on a fresh tire on a freshly paved deal. We're doing the cone race, which it's a blast. I see everybody doing it now.
We fucking love that shit.
The crowd loves it. It's fun for the boys, and just got a little too sideways on Swamp Juice. Put it on the locks, and I hit one of those blue little bumpers for like the markers for the reflector for the fire hydrant. And when I needed that half a millisecond of traction, the tire hit that bump and came off the ground for a second, and then I just got into a giant tank slap and was going into like the fence and the little kids, and I just ate it. And it's on both of them are on my Instagram. Yeah,
I've seen them.
It's brutal.
I've seen them. They're both on the Instagram. Okay, this is kind of a bit. One time I posted a crash of something. Oh, I'm gonna say it because we're talking about some crashes. The Godfather, one of the most legendary dudes to ever throw his leg over a Harley, Uncle Jason, posted a video. You know which one I'm talking about.
I don't.
Okay, we're gonna talk about it.
Love crash video?
By the way, Jason Poland, we love you. Love the family. Harley, your daughter, everybody. You guys are great. But we're gonna talk about this. I'm glad we brought this up. Shit does happen. They're at Bassani. Pour fuel on the ground.
Oh God, I know what you're talking about.
Uncle Jason's running around. Boom, kid wheelies into him. Almost like, Brad, that could have crippled Uncle Jason, bro. Or like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you said, shit happens. But here's where it gets a little tricky. That video popped off. Everybody shared it.
Oh yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I got a message from somebody that does events and shows, a big person that does a lot of big shows, who I look up to a lot. He's a fellow announcer guy, traveling t-shirt salesman, professional. And he sees me reshare it, and he hits me up, and he's like, yo, dude, do you realize how bad this is for our industry and what we do? Take that shit down, dumbass. And I was like, what? And I'm like, all right, don't call me a dummy. And I took it down. And from that moment, I've had a couple of conversations with dudes. Because, dude, on a typical weekend in summer, there's probably 15, 20 stunt shows nowadays going on at the same time.
It's saturated.
It's insane, which I love that. I honestly do. Why not? But there has to be accountability, and there has to be, like, when it comes to, like, getting insurance and shit, or, like, making things happen and being smart about it, and people not getting hurt, like kids in the crowd or women or whatever, you know? It's all about the ladies and the babies. Like, I've gotten into a couple piffs with kids because I'm like, bad crashes at stunt shows, bro. Like, bikes flipping over, like,
shit that shouldn't happen.
I'm like, yo, take that shit down. So to me, it's like a little bit, shit does happen. I'm not even a stunt rider. I mean, I fuck around a little bit, but I get it. Like, I can't even sit here and talk shit. But my thing is if you're getting paid to ride your bike, which if you're doing a stunt show, you should.
Yeah.
Every show that I've ever thrown or ever been a part of, each rider's gotten paid, period. I think that's very important. So if you are getting paid and you put in the seat time and you think that you're ready for something like that, ask yourself, are you really ready for something like that?
Yes.
Because not only could you fuck yourself up, your bike up, or that kid on the fence,
dude, every time I throw my
it's
leg
anxiety for me, dude.
Yeah. I don't have anxiety, but every time I get on my bike, whether it's on my dirt bike or I'm always like, and I never used to have it. Now it's 40 talking, Now I'm like, all right, what are we gonna?
Yeah.
Are we riding hard? People want to go ride Harleys? I'm just like, I'm just cruising around in the back.
I think it's one of those things though too. It's like when you're on a certain scale, like with the boys and shit, like one gnarly incident could like really fuck it up for us.
Yeah, I mean, it like my crash video. It took me so long to post that. So like those guys posting that immediately and that like going viral and everybody seeing it. I would have, me personally, I probably would have like waited and thought about if I was going to post it, But it was a trending clip, obviously. Anytime, this is how I feel about it. Anytime you need to bring in fire to your show isn't good enough to be a show on its own with that, like if you're bringing in fire and shit, like
I like obviously pyro.
Okay, pyro, like unknown, like we'll have pyro at a monster show, like pump, but not throwing gas 5 gallons on your buddy and lighting him on fire and shit, shit like that. I know it was an accident, but when you're throwing gas around like that,
I must have watched the video 25 times in a row.
I can't believe he didn't get as hurt as Jason. Like he ate that
savage.
Thing. He got like back up.
He ate a Dyna to the back, dude. Crushed him. Oh my god.
Did you get any story on that? Like what happened? Like,
I mean, I watched the video 25. I haven't.
Guy on the bike didn't see the fireball, or I don't know.
I don't. I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit on that kid.
Who was it?
I don't know. I can't. I don't.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't, but I know that he's pretty talented. But that goes back to the question: are you ready to be doing a stunt show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because you can ride. Here's another thing: is like it's one thing to take your Harley out to your local parking lot or your spot that you have that's it perfect and ride it, and you go out there and you get a bunch of clips and you look good at your spot. Well, I've seen a bunch of guys who have not had to ride a show before, have to ride a show suddenly, and they didn't look like anything like they did on the internet in a parking lot. Now, some of these guys we all know some of these guys. Some of them kill parking lots now. At first, they couldn't.
Right.
So, riding with Unknown, especially in the early days, we had shit spots.
Yeah.
Like some of the spots we had, some of the events we were doing were just like as big as this room that we're in, almost I'd feel like, and they're like gravel,
Yeah, shit pavement.
Just horrible. So, I don't know.
Lot riding and street riding are two totally different animals. And I think if you're a well-rounded rider and you're going to do stunt shows, you could be one of the nastiest dudes in the streets. You put yourself in a lot, you put people on the fence, you enclose it, and it's like, it's not the same.
Well, just the environment of having the people, right? Like at your normal spots, just you and your buddies, whatever. You get a big crowd coming for your first show, and you're coming off the couch like me, haven't rode in 3 months, and you're like, I probably should have went out and did a couple wheelies before my intro.
Showing up.
Yeah. So usually
straight to the intro, bro.
Couch to the intro, and then like usually by the third show goes good. The first one's rough all the time. First one sucks. Like, what are we doing out there? Oh, we got to do this. And then third show it's a banger usually. But like the boys, we used to ride all the time. The early Harley Wheelies videos days, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wasn't in there till like 10, 11 or whatever, but we were always on the bikes. Like, nobody had kids. We're all single. We were just charging. And then started doing shows, and then everybody started having kids and girlfriends, and then it started slowing down, But it's still, the stoke's still there. The
stoke is still there.
It's still
there.
That's
what I like to hear.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it. There it is. I think it's just, ask yourself if you're ready. If you're not ready, don't do it.
Yeah.
And I think the moral of it is too, maybe
pressure is a good thing. Sometimes, pressure
some people can't handle.
Some people can't, but some people thrive on it. So
yes.
It's like,
and I'm a firm believer in everybody. I pick everybody up. But just sometimes maybe wait till post-op.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to, this year, challenge you guys, tighten up. Make sure you guys are ready. Go take the dust off the bikes, hit the lots, Go out there, be proper.
Yeah, don't blow up spots either. Though. There's a lot of spots that have been I've ridden for a lot of years, and then they got popular, and then people start going out there, and then all of a sudden cars start showing up with the motorcycles, and then the cars bring guns, and then spots get shut down,
trashing the place,
trashing it. Yeah, just
in the corner.
Be respectful. Find a good spot where you're not going to bother nobody, and you can sit out there all day and don't go to somebody else's spot and bust it.
Yeah, true that. Facts. Man, we've had a lot of phenomenal points on here. I gotta ask you, man. Well, we're gonna start to wrap this thing.
Let's do it.
Man, super dope having this conversation with you. I got two more things for you. What would you say a piece of advice to a kid that looks up to you or to Unknown or the fellas that's like riding and like finding his path or his way on his Harley or on whatever bike he's in love with, racing mode or whatever? Like what would that piece of advice be to that young gun?
It would probably be like we were saying earlier. Don't get burnt on. If you're passionate about motorcycles, let the motorcycle lead you, right? It's always going to lead you the right way. You don't have to, if your parents don't want you to have a motorcycle, but you want to have a motorcycle, any of that, it don't matter. Just follow, I don't know. It's kind of a tough question, dude, because I've been on a lot of different sides of that. And just if you're passionate about it, do it. I mean, that's not really words of wisdom, but, you know.
I think you said it very well. Let the bike lead you.
Let the bike lead you. Have the stoke. It's always going to lead you on the right path. Like, I've always been burnt on this or that, and I never was like, I hate riding my motorcycle. I don't want to ride motorcycles anymore. I've never said that. I've always like, okay, well, now that when I went from motocross into stunt riding Harleys, then that led me into the bagger racing stuff, and then that led me to X Games, and then it'll just ride your motorcycle. That's what I'm going to tell them.
2 wheels forever type shit.
Yeah, get on them.
Buy the bike, change your life type shit.
Right, get out and ride them.
Last thing, wrapping her up. Again, thank you so much for being on the On a Sick One podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
You've always been a kind dude to me, dude. Just want to say thanks. I know you've, me as a dad. I think you see me out there with Dave, and like me as a father, what I'm doing as an announcer guy and riding my Harley. Like, what do you think, dude? How's your boy doing, dude? This guy. What's up, dude?
I wouldn't be here I wouldn't be doing the show if I didn't think you guys are killing it. You guys are doing good.
Thank you.
And not even you guys, you alone, like I said last night, when you got up at the comedy show and you're a master of your craft. You know, like you said, it takes a lot of, not just guts to get up there and talk in front of people, but to also try and entertain them at the same time. You have it, dude. Master at your craft.
Thanks, G.
Thank you, dude.
Sicko. Episode 20 of the On a Sick One podcast. It was a blessing and honor to have my dog, the one and only, the Wheelie Pig, Unknown Industries. Make sure you guys support them. Go buy some merch, show some love. Big shout out to Monster Energy. Big shout out to you, your chig, your son, your pops. Dude, legendary. Episode 20 on the Sick One podcast. Big shout out to Jay at Lifestyle Studios. Big shout out to my team, the Concrete Cowboys. Big shout out to East Coastin'. This year is going to be one of the best years of my entire life. I guarantee it. 33 years old, on the move. I love my kids. I love my kids' mothers. I love myself. If you're finding yourself down hole in a deep place or a dark place, hit me up. Reach out. I'll pick you up because I know what it's like. Life goes up, down, and side to side. So stay on a sick one. Be positive. Be upful. Be grateful. Take care of each other out there. Don't post a fucking crash clip. And mahalo, a hui ho. Pig again. Gracias.
Thank you.
Let's go smack some carne asada tacos.
Let's go. Yeah.
Let's
Always.
go.
I'll never
done.
turn down a taco, dude.
Episode 20.